Hey guys, Dennis Muckman here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And boy, well, I have a story for you. First off, I want to apologize for how my voice may or may not sound. I honestly don't know because my ears are still ringing a bit and it's really hard to make out really any sort of noises. Does this actually do anything? But that is really the basis for this video. For those of you who don't know, and that's probably a lot of you, I'm a pretty big wrestling fan. I have been since I was a little kid. And I've been watching Jericho wrestle for over 20 years now. Wow. Okay, that makes me feel old. But I'm also a fan of his band Fozzy. It had a lot to do with the fact that he's the frontman of it, but also to do with the fact that I really enjoy their music. And it's been 3 years since I've seen them, and their tour announced that it would end down here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida at the Culture Room, and that's exactly where I saw them 3 years ago. So I was right on board with that. As soon as I found out that they were coming down here, I was all in for it. I was pretty anxious about it, not the fact of me going to the show, but the fact that I would be going by myself. Fortunately, I don't really have much of a choice in the matter because I don't really have close friends down here who are fans of wrestling, let alone fans of Fozzy. Shows by myself are generally boring. I get there a little while beforehand and all I'm doing is just standing there, going away on my phone, blah blah blah, going away on my phone, getting inside waiting for the first band to come on, going away from my phone. You know, you get it. Like lots of downtime means lots and lots of me being bored out of my mind. Fortunately for me, that was quickly rectified when I got there. Got there about 45 minutes before doors open, which is usually a good time for me to get there, so I'm not too far along the line, so I can get a good spot in the show. I got in line, and there was a guy in front of me, and then there was a guy and his wife behind me, both wrestling fans, and we all just sort of started talking about wrestling and a variety of other things, and, you know, connected so much that we all decided to go stand together. And we went inside, and the layout of the concert venue is you have the stage here, you have the general admission standing room only here, and then you have where we were, which is basically a bar, and it goes up the stairs, and it's an overlooking area for the concert, which is basically for people like me who are vertically challenged. So I don't have to, you know, be looking up the whole time. I don't have people bumping into me. I don't have beers being spilled all over me. All that has happened, so that was a pretty nice relief to be able to do that. Now, there are 3 bands who played before them. There was Stir, Stone Broken, and Adelia's Way. Now, don't get me wrong. They were all great. Very entertaining, great music. I even recognized one of the songs that Adelia's Way performed. But I wasn't there for them. I was there for Fozzy. I was there for Jericho. I was there to be thoroughly entertained by what he did, and oh my god, I was entertained. First off, they played all their hits, though they played mostly stuff off of Judas, and, you know, makes sense considering it is the Judas Uprising tour. But there was a few things that happened that made this concert experience a bit unique. First, he brought out all of his VIPs out on stage to perform with them. That was cool, seeing all the variety of people up there. They were just jamming out, and they really got their money's worth, and that VIP kind of made me regret not spending that $80, but I'll tell you why in a moment, why it's not that big of a deal. Then he decided to make some wrestling references, mostly to himself. For those of you who don't know, and obviously I do have to say this, because as a wrestler, for a long time he wore this jacket, and it was all like lit up. It kind of looked like there was some Christmas lights on it. He wore that for a song. That was awesome. And then later on, he said a catchphrase that he is very famous for, well, at least in recent years, telling everybody that we're on the list. And us wrestling fans are just losing our goddamn minds. Getting all giddy. Holy crap, I can't believe this is happening. And what's a great concert without a story from the singer? Apparently there was a smoothie place not too far away, and he decided to get one before the show, and the person who served him a drink said, "Oh, you remind me of somebody." He was like, "Oh, Then is it Bon Jovi? Is it this person? Is it that person? Gordon Ramsay. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. But of course, whenever wrestling fans hear something like that, we sink our teeth into it, and we got the chant going of Gordon Ramsay just over and over, and it took about 15 seconds or so for everybody on stage to realize what we were doing. And he said, wow, that has to be the first time that a Gordon Ramsay chant has ever happened at a rock show. And man, we just lost our minds and just couldn't stop laughing. Then there was the main event. The one moment from that night that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life. Fozzy is known for playing cover songs at their shows. Obviously, their first two albums was mostly cover songs, so that's not really too much of a surprise. And for this one, they decided to cover an AC/DC classic and favorite of mine, TNT. Absolute sucker for the Bon Scott era of AC/DC. You know, they're playing, they're jamming out, we're all jamming out to it, and then Chris Jericho just sort of walks towards one side of the stage where I can't really see him. So I figure he's probably getting like a drink of water, he's probably doing something just to cool off for a moment. So I'm just sitting there, I'm enjoying the rest of the band playing. And then the guy next to me, seriously, is just tapping on my shoulder, and I'm looking at him like, what? And then he points, and then there's Chris Jericho. He's up there with us. More importantly, he's walking towards me. I'm losing my goddamn mind. And then he goes and stands right next to me. And I mean, we're like, you can't tell, that far apart from each other. I cannot put into words how exactly that felt. Now, there were people trying to get in, try to sort of get in between me and Chris. I wasn't having any of that. I had that on lock. Nobody was getting in between us. We're just sitting there together, singing, jamming out, having a great fucking time. And in hindsight, I kind of wish I took a picture or a video or did something of myself up there. But also, I was in the moment, you know, and I was living in that moment. And sometimes that's what we have to do, not take out our cell phones, not try to capture it, not take pictures of it or do anything like that, but just live in the moment. So, now I'm going to ask the rest of YouTube, if you guys seen this video, can find this video for me, put the exact time and day and all that stuff on it. Fozzy, September 29th, Culture Room. If you can find video of him up there singing next to me, I would be forever grateful because I would love to see that. I now wish I got this picture. Damn it! Oh, why do I gotta live in the moment? Because it's important, right? It's important to live in the moment sometimes. Not worry about what your phone's doing, what anything else is doing. Living in the moment, experiencing it, and keeping it up here. You know, it doesn't always have to be on your phone. Keep it up here. Again, find this video. Please, for the love of God, send it to me. I am begging you. Somebody out there must have the video of it. It's such a unique occurrence. I really don't know how anybody wouldn't have it. Anyway, the show finished. They thanked us for being there. It was great. I said goodbye to my two new friends. I went to the merch table. I wanted to get a tour shirt, but all I could get was this. You know, it's not a bad shirt, but, you know, I like getting tour shirts, and they didn't have anything in my size. They had, like, double, triple XL. I mean, obviously, that's not me at all. And that's my story. I don't know what the odds of that are. I mean, they have to be pretty astronomical for him to walk next to me, not walk next to anybody else, but walk next to me and perform AC/DC, and just us just being so close next to each other, just jamming out, having a good time. it's weird, like, because I think about it like I'm watching it happen to somebody else. Like, it hasn't really fully sunk in yet that happened to me, that he was standing right next to me, and I don't even know if he walked next to me on purpose. I don't know if he saw me from being on stage. I don't even know if he really even looked at me, period. He just sort of saw some kind of opening and just walked up there and performed there. I honestly don't know, but Chris Jericho, if you ever see this video, as I said before, that moment is going to stay with me for the rest of my life. Honestly, it's still mind-blowing to me. And that it's just a reminder to go out, go do things, go experience life, go to places that you don't normally go to, go talk to people. Because doing that and talking to these people who were there made the whole entire experience just that much more memorable, outside of, you know, what Chris Jericho decided to do. So I'm gonna try to go to sleep now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, because I'm still just so... I don't even know what the word is right now to properly describe that. So please like this video. If you enjoyed my little story, comment down below. Let me know if you have any sort of story with any musicians or any sort of experiences that you just couldn't believe that they happened. Share this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Ring the notification bells. I put on new videos every single day. And I'll see you guys next time.